So good, so good. All right, thank you both of you so much for your stories. All right, we're going to move on next to the technicians. What about, do the technicians, Logan, sometimes get forgotten about? Like we're so concerned with getting leads and converting the leads and making the sale. And then we have those technicians out there that are working so hard in the heat, solving problems. And I love when I was looking at speakers, I got to have Logan to the table because what would happen if your techs could just be more efficient than they've ever been before? Could they actually improve the bottom line? Could they actually increase revenue? The
Yes.
unofficial. All right, we got the Queen of Broccoli, the Duchess of Ductless, and now I got to introduce the unofficial mayor of HVAC. So, Logan, the floor is yours.
Yes. Thank you guys. Yeah. Thanks, Michelle, for hosting this. So yeah, I mean, yeah, the technicians do tend to get forgotten about sometimes. I mean, I think we've had some great technology and some good advancements over the past years to be able to enhance their ability, whether it be communicating in the field or, being able to make them more effective, but there's still more to be done, right? So the industry at large, I mean, if we look at it holistically, your service technicians are about 38% billability efficient. That's about the standard. That's about the average across the industry. That can be a big problem. There's a lot more to gain from not only picking up all these leads, but also knowing that they're technically sound and confident to be able to maximize those leads. So inside the Blu-On mobile app, there's a lot of data and information that's there in real time to be able to help them, whether it be from scanning model data plates to capturing that data. We have a lot of integrations going on that are active at this time to where they're going to be able to actually transfer that data like into Service Titan and be able to capture model age range of the equipment, model number, serial number, likelihood of warranty. Obviously, those kind of things can be tagged and produce great outcomes for the business with age of life equipment. But how does that impact the technician out in the field? It speeds up their time. All right. There's a lot of things that technicians are faced with day to day on service calls that are outside of their own making that make them less efficient. That could be waiting on information. It could be waiting on answers as far as tech support or getting help when they get stuck. It could be getting the right parts and the right materials to the job when they need it. So that's kind of where we step in. We're stepping in to be able to help them throughout those inefficient processes so they can begin to be more effective. So once they actually get into the a data side of our mobile app, um, that's where we're a completely brand agnostic resource. So all brands, makes, models, all in one mobile app to go through manuals, wiring diagrams, tech specs, anything that's known on that piece of equipment, and then also being able to get AI or AI tech support. So our tech support tool kind of has two different facets to it now. Not only is it a technical resource built from over 150,000 plus live tech support calls that we answered across the industry at large. But now that's layered in as the backbone and knowledge to Master Mechanic. And it's an infinite library of HVAC knowledge that's growing to be able to help them in real time. How does that help the technician in the field? Not only just helping them with the technical information and solutions in real time without having to take your other team members offline throughout that process, which we have all come to know that, when they get stuck in the field, the most average technician reaches out to up to five other internal team members before they go to an external resource. That is a huge billable negative for your
Yes.
business.
Okay, that's a
So
great piece of intel right there. Who knew?
yeah, for sure. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, when they're going into that kind of billable negative, your other team members are tasked to be able to be on their own billable task. When they get that text message, when they get that phone call, that takes them off track. The human mind loses anywhere from 7 to 15 minutes anytime they're taken off task. That is a compounding effect across your business from the field. So inside there, the technicians can get the information to the resource by asking the AI. The AI is built, it knows exactly what model number they're working on, because they go to that model inside the mobile app, and it's able to expand the knowledge base on whatever issues have been known from that model or whatever issue they're having a problem with while they're out in the field. Most technicians are speaking into our AI master mechanic right now. They just simply hit that voice to text button, go completely hands free, still being able to use their meters, use their gauges. And what we have found is that as they speak about things, they're able to describe in more detail than we would if we were just simply inputting a text message into a chat. Because as human nature, what we normally like to do with texting is we like to use the path of least resistance, which means the minimum amount of words and the most impact is what they're wanting to gain. It just doesn't work that way. We've all heard the terminology garbage in is garbage out, right? So it's kind of the same way. But when they open up and they speak about what they're experiencing, that's where Master Mechanic really takes shape and understands, hey, there's different nuances to this call that I need to expand and talk about. And that's how it's able to help them in real time. We've been able to free up service managers or leadership if you have field staff that are answering those calls by anywhere from 70 to 80% as the average that we're normally seeing across the board. So if your service managers are fielding over 10 service calls a day from their technicians calling to get them to help them, then 8 of them can go to the way of master mechanic, and the other 2 are probably going to be the most nuanced. Maybe you even have to have a set of eyes on that job at that point to be able to produce an outcome that you expect, to be able to free their time up massively so they can focus on the KPIs you set in place for them and help them in real time. I have Joe here with us. He's got a lot of knowledge on AI and everything as well, and he's done a lot of advising and helping us here on the backside too. But he also likes to share a lot of information, and he can feel free to chime in there if he would like.
This is your contractor buddy?
Yes, it is. This is
Thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me. Um,
We love that you guys showed up amidst this crazy busy time of the year. So thank you, Joe.
yeah, no worries. Well, I'm actually retired right now, so I'm able to jump on. But before I retired, I was using Blu-On in my business. I'm actually a board member of Blu-On also. So,
oh, got muted there.
Oh yeah, unmute yourself, Joe, like in the lower left. Yeah.
oh, I'm sorry, I thought I had. Okay. What I was saying is, uh, I'm retired now, but I did use Blue On at my company before I left. I am a board member of Blue On, so Logan, stop me if I start saying anything I shouldn't, because I don't know what I can and can't say. We have so much in the pipeline. Yeah, we efficiency. We picked up probably 1 to 2 billable hours per truck once we switched over to Blue On. Um, we were able to restructure. We had 25 or 28 service technicians. We were able to restructure the management layer because of that. We no longer needed as much technical knowledge at the top. If I was a smaller company starting out today, I'd probably use it as my service manager. I wouldn't need $120,000 position anymore. I could hire a $60,000, $70,000 coordinator because, like Logan said, just keeping up with KPIs and things. Um, Now, Blue On for Business, we're looking at it, right now, or what Logan was talking about was the technical side of Blue On, but the parts procurement side, that alone can save in the summertime 3, 4, 5 man hours a day of somebody back at the office just figuring out where the parts are at the closest location. Josh Kelly and I were actually talking about this not too long ago. They were introducing it at Parker and Sons, and I can't remember the number that he threw out that he looked at saving just because of having that many technicians. I forget how many they have. I think it's like 100 technicians.
Yeah.
Just the parts procurement side is going to alleviate tons of overhead for them. So it's awesome. I love it.
Yeah. And how that kind of ties back in even to the AI side. Thank you, Joe. Yeah. I mean, it's even the parts database. So that's one thing I haven't really hit on, there. So inside of that library of knowledge, all the manuals, all the wiring diagrams for all those 20 million plus model numbers that we have inside the mobile application now, all of the parts lists for those pieces of equipment are in there as well. And we've also built the largest cross-reference tool in all of HVAC. So not only do they have more shots on goal to be able to get that customer taken care of today, but those are also resources that are soon to be integrated directly into our AI as well. So if technicians working on XYZ piece of equipment, they're needing help, they get the technical help. It can resource the parts directly from the OEM parts list and be able to give alternate options to them, whether they match it directly from the universal parts they carry on their trucks to be able to reduce windshield time, or being able to streamline procuring those parts on the other side. So lots of things to come to be able to help enhance the efficiency and the effectiveness of technicians out in the field. One of the other newest updates to Master Mechanic, we got a lot of feedback from technicians all over the country, and we help anywhere from a one-man shop to, some mega companies that have thousands of technicians. So inside their job summaries, it's all been a pain and a heartache for a lot of technicians. We all know they're out there, they're doing the hard work, they're hot, they're sweaty. After it's time to do, a job summary for a customer, then a lot of times it's kind of cavemanish. It can be bad fan motor needs replaced. That's your job summary. So inside there, Master Mechanic will take a list from whatever you spoke into it or the technical summary of what you had to troubleshoot with Master Mechanic and actually produce that into not only a technical job summary for internal use, but also a customer facing job summary. So it cleans up the grammar, cleans up the
So
punctuation, makes it
good.
relevant,
So
and
good.
really streamlines the process for the technicians.
Thank you, Logan. I liked the shots on goal. I'm a hockey fan, so I would shots on goal. That's so good.
Yes. Yeah.
And I think a couple takeaways that I heard from you before we move on is the time, like when somebody gets interrupted,
Yeah.
like if the tech has got to go out and reaching out to five people and the ripple effect of taking somebody's attention off what they're doing to put the attention on what you're trying to solve. That is my big takeaway. And what a great problem to solve. So thank you, Joe, for coming. And thank you, Logan, for sharing that. I learned a lot about your company today. So good.
You're welcome.
Oh, yeah, thank you, thank you, thank you. And then, Glenn, can we put in the chat, Logan, how they get in touch with you if you want to talk more about Logan and Blu-On and how they can help? There should be something in the chat that you can grab, whether is it a calendar appointment or a
Yeah,
demo.
I'll throw it in there for you guys.
Yep, yep. Get that in there so people know how to be in touch with Logan.